I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs. Now we know clearly who the children are. The children are the children of Israel, the Bani Israel. And who are the dogs? Everyone else. That includes the Gentiles. Yes? So why does he call the Gentiles dogs? I mean, this man is supposed to be the role model. He's supposed to teach you good manners. He's supposed to teach you something that is to respect everyone. Let alone a woman who's coming and asking and begging for his help. And what does he call her? A derogatory term like dogs.
I'm the man that was never was, man that was never am. You the man that was never was, man that'll never last.
Now, what if you look at the reason why Jesus came, the purpose of why he came, what would you say that Jesus came for? Why did he come to earth?
That's quite simple. Even in Islam, we believe that Jesus is going to come again.
Why did he come the first time?
Look, God had basically a two-phase mission for Jesus. So he completed mission phase 1, and now the mission 1 was basically to bring the children of Israel to the belief of one God, away from all the idolatry that they used to worship at that time, and also to tell the people who were known to be the rabbis, the priests, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, that what they were preaching, all right, was right, but what they were doing actually is wrong in terms of what God expected of them.
Like, I would say 10% of why he came. Because if you look at why Jesus came because of the state of sin, mankind, because of sin. He came because of us. He didn't come for just Christians. He came to save the lost. He said, he often referred to himself as a shepherd, right? He said, I came to seek and save the lost. So who is the lost? The people we were like, it's not just, he didn't just come, he came for Israel, but he came because of sin.
What was the main reason Jesus, what he said he came for?
Sin.
No, whom did he come for?
He came for Israel.
Not only Israel, he says for the lost sheep of Israel. Exactly. Who are the lost sheep of Israel?
But then
He came, but he wasn't just
in the same passage he heals the Canaanite daughter.
Yeah, but what does he tell her first?
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, you see, I'll tell you what. I know the passage. So basically, yeah, the passage about the Canaanite woman which you just mentioned. Yeah. So Jesus, when he said that I have only come for the lost sheep of Israel. Yes, and this woman comes with her child, and he says, heal the child, and he ignores her 3 times. Ignores her. I'm paraphrasing here. And the disciples say something to her, so she'll go away. Yes, and Jesus says, I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs. Okay? So before, wait. Yeah, he already says that, but this is afterwards. He says, I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs. Now the question is, who are the children and who are the dogs in that statement Jesus makes? Do you know?
Because this woman, obviously Jesus, he was talking about the lost sheep of Israel himself, okay? That lady, she was not a Jew. She was not a child of the promise.
Yes.
So obviously, in that instant, that's why I said, yes, he did come for the lost sheep of Israel. But if you read John 3, that's why I said, that's not incorrect, you are right.
No, but answer the question I'm asking you. When Jesus says, I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs, who are the children and who are the dogs in that statement?
That statement sounds like, at first it sounds like people from Israel are like children.
Yeah, what do you mean first it sounds like?
Yeah, but
what does it sound like afterwards?
Because what happens then is, even though she is...
Oh no, I totally agree. He eventually heals her. Look,
even though she is Canaanite,
let's take it one step at a time. At the end,
your faith.
Yeah. At the end, he heals her. I have no doubt about that. But you see, what you're doing is you're fast forwarding.
That you're the children.
My friend, what you're doing is you're fast forwarding the bit I'm asking you about. Yes, and you're going to the passage where he heals her. Eventually, I have no doubt he heals her. In that verse, in that passage, he does heal her at the end. But what you're doing is you're missing the part where he says, I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs. Now we know clearly who the children are. The children are the children of Israel, the Bani Israel. And who are the dogs? Everyone else. That includes the Gentiles. Yes? So why does he call the Gentiles dogs? I mean, this man is supposed to be the role model. He's supposed to teach you good manners. He's supposed to teach you something that is to respect everyone. Let alone a woman who's coming and asking and begging for his help. And what does he call her? A derogatory term like dogs. To me, that is not befitting of someone who is a mighty messenger like Jesus, let alone a God as you believe. You see what I mean? Calling someone a dog who is not Jewish amounts to racism to some extent. Yes, and derogatory and insulted to a greater extent. Now, how can someone who's a role model insult someone who has faith in you, faith in your healing power? Yes? How can somebody insult by calling them a dog and their lives as a dog?
Yeah, sure. First, I think it's essential that you look at what happens.
Sorry, can you come here because we don't want to do a cross conversation. Yeah.
First, I think it's essential that you look at what happens afterwards.
Yeah, but you keep fast forwarding and ignoring this bit. This is the bit I'm asking you about.
Okay.
Let's discuss this.
But I think Jesus uses this as a picture, not to insult her.
No, he's calling someone a dog. Is that an insult or not?
She does.
Not she. I'm not talking about her.
Okay.
I'm talking about you as a human being.
Yeah,
if somebody insulted,
an insult.
yeah, it is an insult. Yeah. So, do you agree that Jesus insulted this woman?
No.
She did not consider it because she was so desperate. She was willing to say that even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall off the master's table. So she was willing to be insulted. Yes, she was willing because she was desperate to save her child, and she was willing to become a dog. Yes.
She was aware that she's not.
Yeah, of course she is. But she was willing to be anything in order to save her child, and that is called desperation. And you would do anything as a mother to save your child. So the question arises: why would Jesus use such derogatory term to a woman who has faith in him, in his healing power, and who knows that he will help her? He insults her and then he helps her. Not really very much like a role model here, is it?
But I think you can see it from this perspective. He heals her.
I know you like to go to that bit.
Yeah, can I make the point?
But we have already agreed on that point. That's not a dispute. The dispute is about what...
Can I make the point? So,
yeah, sure.
Still, he heals her. So he does care about her. And he said, by your faith...
He does or he does not care?
He does. So your faith has made your daughter well. That's what he tells her. So it's about... It's about through faith that you become a child of God.
My friend, the reason she came to him is because she already has faith in him.
Yeah.
There was no need to insult her. Imagine somebody comes to you asking for food, yes? And you say, get away from you. Let's say that person is someone who is a black man or a black woman, and he comes, she or he is begging you for food, yes? And you say, get away from here, and you use something like the N-word to insult her. And she said, it's okay, forget it, I ignore whatever you're saying, I'll ignore everything you say, I don't care, yes? But just feed me because I'm hungry, and I might die. And you eventually feed her. That does not absolve you of insulting her with the N-word. You see the point I'm making? Good.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you believe that Jesus was really being like a role model in that example? I think that, to me, insulting someone, calling someone a derogatory term is a sin. So I am a Muslim. I believe Jesus is someone who is a great role model, who is a messenger. And that is not befitting of a messenger of the Messiah of God. Or forget about God. He's not even befitting of a messenger who would use such derogatory term for a woman who is desperately in need of his help. And who is basically pleading on her knees, you know.
To see more videos like this, subscribe to Titans TV down below. Thanks.
The greatest darky that bite with shark teeth and hate malarkey. Who you? The greatest heartbeat. Ancient Egypt is amazing.
No. Yehudi. So, no, Jewish. La ilaha illallah. Musa Rasulullah.